What's up, guys? We're going to talk about repairing a blender or whatever these things, the Magic or Nutrition Bullet. It wasn't working. It just stopped working. Instead of throwing it away, I got curious. I said, you know what? Let's see what the heck's going on with this thing. So if you know how these work, you put the cup down in here, right? And then when you twist it and push it down, it makes the blender come on. And when you release it, it doesn't come on because it's no push button, right? There's no on button. And I was like, well, either the motor's burned up or it's not getting signal. And what I've known from motors like that is generally if they're kind of clogged or there's crap in them, you know, they would have that humming sound and they just weren't turning. So I'm like, this thing isn't getting power. And boy, I tell you, man, you guys ever break one of these apart, do they get dirty with corrosion from, especially if you make a lot of shakes or drinks. But what I discovered by taking it apart is the main switch. So when you put that cup in, these switches, so this one basically doesn't switch to anything. So it really doesn't, even though you push the cup and screw it in, it pushes this out, which engages, but it doesn't do anything. This one here engages. So when it touches or does something, it pushes a signal. Got your negative and your positives, right? And then the same thing with this one, as you can see here. When this thing right here, when you put the cup in and push it down, this engages and presses up, which then engages that, which inside of there, you can see that little piece of silver right there. It's kind of like a fuse, you know, where you have a fuse. If you take a fuse out, it separates the connection, it doesn't work. So somewhere in that one or this one, somewhere in that one or this one, it's not getting signal. So it goes through, right? And it gets a signal. Well, what I did discover when I took it apart is, you look at this one, see that one? There's a plastic piece here where this connects. See that right there? That plastic broke. Look at all that gunk that gets on them, guys. Ugh. You can look, see the plastic there is connected, and it's connected there. That one snapped. So somehow, this one's not holding down, and more than likely, since both wires run out of it, it's not engaging and telling it to get a signal, so it won't stay running. What I'm thinking about doing is tapping into it and just seeing if the motor's still good. But if I can figure out a way to get that to detach back down, maybe even glue it down, maybe it'll start working again temporarily, instead of just throwing this $89 thing away. Maybe we can figure out a way to make it work. Okay, so that was definitely broken. There's the little plastic piece that it broke off, had that screw in it. Finally got the screw out, had taken this one off. I put a little bit longer screws, see if it'll go into the plastic base. There ain't much to get a hold of. Unfortunately, to get a grip, as you can see, it really pulled that side down. This one not so much. And it looks like because of that, it's causing it to consistently engage, which was going to be my backup theory, because if this one over here still needs to engage, for this one to activate, if this doesn't work, I may back off of it a little bit and then put something in there to hold that, because that's what engages it. Hold that in, and then this will always be engaged, and maybe this will be the one that, once it's engaged, when you turn, because it pushes this up when you turn the thing, which then pushes, if you notice how this works, pushes the rod up, and then that rod basically connects. There's a little metal piece, pushes it against and gives it the circuit. You see that little metal piece right there? Right now it's pushed all the way up because this is all the way screwed down. We'll see if this backwoods marine engineering is going to work. I'm not a mechanic, never done this before except when I was a kid. It's always fun taking these apart. But worst case scenario, this is a really cool motor. I could disconnect these wires and I wonder what I could do to it. Do something fun. Anyway, let's see. So I got the cup engaged on there. You can see how it bends a little bit. And then they probably wouldn't bend as much with the outer shell on. See, that'll probably go back in. But pushing up on it, that engages there. I backed the screw off a little bit, so now it's a little more level. Still down a little bit. We're gonna find out. Maybe this works, maybe it doesn't. It's worth a shot. I know this thing worked when I tested it earlier. For a second, it flew out of my hands because that motor's pretty powerful once it got going. So I'm going to, it's engaged, so if I plug it in, it's gonna wanna shoot. So let me see what I can do here. All right, there we go. Y'all might get to watch me get shocked. I'm gonna hold it down here. This may or may not do anything. We're just testing. Woo! Hear that? Woo, baby. Look at that. I fixed it, baby. Ooh, that blows a lot of air. If anything, I'll take that to the ballpark as a fan. Got it, baby. Got it. Yeah, listen to that humming. Now we got to put it back together. So that's going to be the fun part, because I think I lost some of the screws like an idiot. Make sure it's unplugged. Probably should have took pictures of how I took this apart. See how nasty dirty that gets? Good Lord. This works. I might have saved 80 bucks for now. Oh. So easy to lose screws. That's right. I think this bad boy. Went over there like that, I'm assuming. Oh man, big mistake. One thing I didn't do, I should have paid attention. I don't want it hitting the fan. I'll show you what I'm talking about. See this right here? See that right here? This goes down in there, and then this was supposed to go down here, and this little clip sits on top. But I don't want anything hitting that fan, so I got to line this up all right. All right, guys, two things I'll notate. One, probably take pictures of where all the screws came from. Two, I didn't put that little strap piece back on for the wire. Just didn't see the point of it. That one wasn't with them as an extra screw. But these 4 screws, I screwed up and used the wrong screws in the hole, made the hole too big. And once I made the hole too big, these wouldn't fit. So luckily, I had some of my own screws that would actually fit down in there. And I should have counted them, because that's 3, right? And underneath is 4. So see, I luckily had screws there. And I hope I'm still missing one, because I stripped them out by using big ones that were supposed to go there. But anyway, I got it back together. Check this puppy out, guys. Instead of wasting money. There she is. Well, guys, that was fun and interesting. My wife came to me and said, hey, this is not working anymore. Maybe you can figure it out. And I'm like, you know what? You're right, babe. Let's figure it out. Those things are like 79, 89. I don't even know anymore, especially with inflation. These products they sell us, they don't last anymore. That thing would have went in the landfill, all because of that little bitty broken piece of plastic. And you know what? If it lasts another month, it lasts another 3 months or another year, so be it. But why not? Why not, instead of throwing stuff in the landfill and throwing it all away? They created that society so that we would just keep purchasing items, never fix them. You've got technicians that never fix them. I've never done that before. I don't even know what I was doing. I just looked at it, thought about the basic concept of it. There goes the door. Took it apart, started looking. What isn't right? What doesn't look like the other one? What's the issue? Dissected it, figured it out, grunted it together. Good enough for government work, and now it's working. We'll just see how long it works. So I encourage you, instead of throwing it in the trash, take it apart, have fun, figure out how it works, see if you can fix it, save you some money. I mean, that's $85 that I get to keep in my family. And to me, that is a win. Thank you for tuning in.